Alright, hi guys. So I wanted to do a quick little video talking about the 3 different types of triangles that you can have when you classify them by their sides. So just like with dogs, how you can classify the type of dog that they are based on certain things that they have or that they look like. For example, like Bailey and her curly up tail, that is a sign that she is Chow Chow. So same things kind of happen with triangles. There's certain things that the triangles have that will help you figure out the name of that triangle. So the 3 different types of triangles that we're going to talk about in this video when it comes to classifying them by their sides is the equilateral triangle, a scalene triangle, and the isosceles triangle. Now, I know that these 2 words, scalene and isosceles, are probably extremely new to you guys, and you may have heard them once, but you've never really learned about them. Equilateral, that might be a new one too. However, there is a word in that word that might help you remember the steps or the things that make a triangle an equilateral triangle. So one of the words that I hear when I say the word equilateral is I hear the word equal. All right, and we know that equal means that something is the same. They are the same amount, the same size. Same thing with this word here. Equilateral triangles, what that means is that all of their sides, all of them, and if it's a triangle, that means that all 3 of their sides are equal. They are the same exact length. So if you were to take that triangle apart and lay those sides on top of each other, they would be the exact same size. I'm going to do my best to draw an equilateral triangle. However, I don't have a ruler and I'm just kind of eyeballing this. So an example of an equilateral triangle could be something like this, where all of those sides are the same exact length. Okay? That's an equilateral triangle. When it comes to the scalene triangle, a scalene triangle actually means that it has 0 equal sides. So they are all different. Every single side is a different length. Okay? So a little trick that I just thought of right now that might help you remember this. When I said the word scalene, I thought of like scales and I thought of a snake. And something that I know that snakes do with their skin is they eventually shed it. So they shed their skin or their scales and it comes off. So there's none, there's a new one. So maybe scaling, none, shedding, maybe that might help remember that. That means that all 3 of the sides are different lengths. So maybe you'll have one side that's like that small, then you'll have one that's like super long, and then this one comes in and it's from there to there. That would be what you consider a scalene triangle because none of the sides are the same length. So this top one up here that I just have like a couple lines over, that one's the longest. Okay, that's the longest one. That one's about the medium one, and then this one's the smallest one. So a scalene means that no sides of the triangle are the same size or length. Then we have our last one, an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle means that it has 2 sides that have the same length. Okay? An isosceles triangle is where you have 2 of the sides that are the same length, and then one may just be different. All right, so maybe your triangle has 2 long sides here, and then it has 1 short side at the bottom. That would make it an isosceles triangle. You can also have the triangle turn sideways here, and that would still be considered an isosceles triangle, even though it's kind of crooked there, because it's just on its side, okay? So even if the triangle's flipped over, it's still considered a triangle. You just have to pay attention to those sides. Just like if I have my marker like this, if I flip it over this way, it's still a marker. Okay? So when you're classifying your triangles by sides, not by angles, okay, make sure you remember the 3 names of the triangles: equilateral, all 3 sides are the same length; scalene, none of them are. Think of that snake shedding its skin. And then isosceles. That's where 2 sides are at least the same. So maybe a way you can think of that is that a capital I has 2 long lines, 2 sides, whereas equilateral has 3 lines in the E. Just a thought. All right, well, I hope this helps you guys with your activity for today. If you have any questions, message me and I will do my best to help you. Bye, guys. Love you. Do your best.